You know, you might say this is literally a killer on the streets of London. Absolutely. And if you do this, you too could be killed. As ever, let me explain. Morning, chums. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome back, one and all. I hope you're keeping well. Are you all right? I'm not so bad, thanks. You know, it's a funny thing, isn't it, in the world that we live in today? You know, I often say this, I know, but we're all generational, you know, and I can honestly say, I've had some food delivered, not from me, but to studios that I've worked in, that people have said, would you like a sandwich or something like that? But I've never absolutely had anything delivered on a delivery bike or anything like that. It's up to you. I'm not being snobbish. I just think it's expensive. It's never hot, you know, from what I've seen from other people's stuff. It's never, you know, you have to warm it in the microwave. And at that point, I'm thinking, well, if I have to do that, why would I want to, you know what I mean? Might as well just buy it and put it in the microwave yourself. Maybe it's, as I say, a generational thing. But right now, I would say that this is a huge problem, and one that I'm seeing on a daily basis. And this is all thanks, of course, to the influx, all down to the current British Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, his deputy Angela Rayner, and of course the current Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. This is the influx of all those delivery drivers. Now, as we know, many of them are working from migrant hotels. I mean, there was a bit of a rumpus a couple of weeks back where, you know, the Home Office made a feeble attempt to go along to some of them and say, oh, you know, can you stop it, more or less, you know, but there was nothing done to it because they have no idea about IDs. And these particular companies, what's fascinating, and what I told you before, is they're literally signing these people up without documentation. So consequently, they get paid a very minimal fee. But as I also pointed out, they get a colossal amount of money in cash tips coming to your door. And the thing that I would find very frightening about this is that it doesn't matter what name they put on the delivery document, whether it's Emma or Jane or Cindy or whatever, it's always a masked guy that you've no idea about that is turning up to your house. I think that's particularly frightening because suddenly you're opening your security elements, etc. But it's this that I wanted to highlight to you. You see, I'm seeing this more and more as you go across London. These bags, yes, like these, the delivery bags, right? And these are the things that they deliver your food in. 100%. Now, the other night, not too far away from where I was working, literally there was a bunch of these bags tied around bicycle rails, you know, the sort of thing where you tie up your bike, all that sort of stuff. And this is because now they're leaving their bags so they don't get pictured or seen going back into the migrant hotel. You understand how this works. Worse than that, though, literally, what I'm seeing, and this is what I saw, was vermin going into the bags, right? So think about that. You know, we have already a vermin problem, but now they're climbing into the bags to eat the elements or get whatever crumbs, etc., that have fallen out of the many delivery boxes that these unsolicited, drivers are taking around London. They're not washed out. I mean, I watched a guy pick one up, undo it, and just put it back on the back of his bike. So my fear would be that somebody somewhere very quickly is either going to get some serious food poisoning. Now, these companies will say, oh no, we have the very best hygiene standards. You only have to go around London to spot these things. Like this, for instance. This particular picture was of spray can paint, and it was dropped off by a delivery driver that I saw literally by some bins in a pack, and he literally went to the other bins. What's that about? There's so much going on, and time again, as I keep pointing out, we're losing more and more police on the streets and front counter services, all down to Sadiq Khan, who basically said there's no problem in crime with London. There might not be, but we're now getting even more rats on the streets. Be careful what you order. It could be deadly. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.